I believe the article I'm covering in this video, which was taken from ynetnews.com, is a warning that Israel is getting ready to strike Iran, and our leaders wants the world to know that Israel is acting alone, although it is highly unlikely that Israel will confront Iran without notifying the US. Anyway, the article reads, fearing an uncoordinated Israeli attack against Iran. Notice the word uncoordinated. The United States is working on several levels to pressure the UN Security Council into imposing harsher sanctions on Iran. A senior U.S. State Department official said there was growing concern among Obama administration officials ahead of an IAEA report set to be published in November indicating considerable progress in Tehran's development of its military nuclear program. The U.S. is concerned that the report may trigger Israeli actions against the Islamic Republic, which may not necessarily be in line with U.S. interests in the region. Notice it said may not necessarily be in line with U.S. interests, which means it could well be in line with U.S. interests. The official said that Washington's reevaluation of an Israeli strike in Iran is based on various maneuvers Israel has performed in the past few years. The U.S. administration is now bent on exercising more pressure on Tehran in order to discuss and to dissuade Israel from this path, the source said. Does anyone really believe that a sovereign country will just sit back and allow an enemy who has publicly proclaimed that they are going to wipe your country off the map to just sit back and allow them to build nuclear weapons to do just that? No way, especially when Israel has a top-notch and very capable Air Force. All right, back to the article. Washington is therefore pressing China and Russia, who are currently opposed to the publication of the IAEA report. The report may cause embarrassment to both countries who are strongly against harsher sanctions on Iran. According to the U.S. official, it is possible that the report, coupled with the exposure of the U.S. evaluation of Israeli potential to strike Iran, will encourage Russia and China to support the U.S. initiative to aggravate penal measures against Tehran. I believe that the U.S. and Israel both know that China and Russia are not likely to change their position and will continue to side with Iran on this. So far, it's looking like Israel, who is quietly being backed by the U.S. and Saudi Arabia, against Iran, who is quietly being backed by Russia and China. I would say prepare for the next and worst world war ever. However, there is no way that anyone can possibly prepare for the atrocities and loss of life that will result from this coming conflict. Thanks for watching. Peace and love.